Hello and welcome. My name is Ali. I'm the owner and founder of Goff Legal. We do estate planning, trust administration, and probate in California. This question I get a lot, and it is, can I do my estate plan online? The short answer is absolutely. There's nothing requiring you to meet with an attorney or to come into an office to get your estate plan done. It is absolutely possible for you to do it online. In fact, there are a lot of forms online, like a statutory power of attorney, statutory form will, healthcare directive, that you can find online for absolutely $0. You can fill them out, have them executed properly, and they will work and serve as legal documents. There's also some software out there that you can go on and for a limited fee for, I don't know, between I would say $200 to $1,000 maybe, go and get your estate plan done. There's nothing wrong with that. But I have a few caveats and a few things that I'd like you to consider before you go down that route, because not all things are created equal. And sort of the saying is you get what you pay for. The problem with online estate planning software is not necessarily that it's bad language, right? There's good documents and there's bad documents. It's not necessarily that it's bad language, although you have to be really careful that you have a software that's California specific, because there are really specific California laws that apply. And if you've gotten a software that's maybe for the entire country, it might not actually work here in California. It might not do what you want it to. So that's number one. Number two, you've got to answer the right questions in the right order in order to produce the documents you're looking for, so that your wishes are honored, so that the things that are important to you are actually in that document. Unfortunately, I have reviewed on a number of occasions estate plans where people have created them online. They brought them to me and said, this is what it does, right? And I had to explain to them, no, that's not what it does. You actually selected these things. And it was so far beyond what they were looking for. They were a little embarrassed, and they shouldn't be embarrassed. That's not their fault that they, didn't really realize what these buttons are doing and what they're clicking, and what the result is. Why? Because you didn't go to law school to read boring pieces of paper like we did. We're really good at this. Why? Because we've been doing it for over 10 years, just doing estate planning, trust administrations, and probates. We know exactly how to administer a trust, so we know what has to go into one. So it's easy for us to go, that's the thing that's missing. Oh, it's missing this thing. Like, it's easier for us to pick it out because we've been working on this for years, leveraging, making sure that all this knowledge is in our documents to protect our clients. And then the last thing that I want you to consider is maybe the most important. So even if you select the right buttons, okay, actually, there's two more things. Select the right buttons and you print it out. Did you actually sign the thing? Half the people who come to me with an online estate plan never actually signed it. It's not valid if you don't sign it. It literally doesn't work. It is useless paper that you spent $700 online for and didn't sign it. And now you have to pay an attorney more money. They're not going to discount your price because you went online. It's not how it's going to work, to get your estate plan done. The last thing is the funding. And this is why I get really passionate about having people come in the office, because we can draft the perfect estate plan and execute it flawlessly. But if your assets are not actually updated, if you don't put your house into trust, it will not avoid probate. It will not avoid a court process if you're dead. I don't care if you have a trust. If you have a trust that you got online, that you signed properly, and your house says your name as an individual or as a married couple, and you're both gone, we're going to court to put that thing in trust. And you can add $5,000 to $10,000 to the attorney to get that thing into trust. Or you could have paid an attorney $4,000 for an entire huge estate plan, including the funding of that house into trust. So please consider that. Bank accounts, beneficiary designations, right? If you're missing that key, if you need support, if you want to make sure it's done right, online estate planning is probably not the best solution for you. If you don't have a ton of assets, if everything has a beneficiary on it, and you just want to make sure of the basics, I think it might actually work pretty well. Just make sure you sign it properly, execute it right. Some things have to be notarized, some things have to be witnessed. But I'm sure they have instructions on that. So that's the sort of the perils of estate planning online. This is not a don't do it. This is a just be really cautious. And if there's any way that your family is going to be fighting over your estate plan or your trust or your assets, do not go online. You'll be setting the litigators up to make a boatload of money because they make a lot of money, by the way, on online estate planning because it's often done wrong. So that's my soapbox. I'll get off it now. I hope this was helpful.